Epicy, Jen, good mid-morning to everyone. Shipping baits today. Ryan Thiel, what's up? Rich, Casey, everybody seems to be rather energetic today. Sitting by the Potomac River. Are you having lunch or are you actually fishing? Why are you sitting by the river? Why aren't you in the river? JW, what's up, dude? Chris? Good question. Waiting to go into a corporate lunch. Gag me with a spoon. Shaking hands and kissing babies. Casey, I saw y'all got some bad weather. Tornadic in nature. Wizard of Oz shit. Travis says it's finally raining in Kansas. Kyle, what's up? Everybody's excited today. I guess I need to pick my energy up. I was watching when I was in the shower this morning. I was watching some guys talk about like all these like business people, entrepreneur people on YouTube, and heard this one guy, and I was reading through the comments, and people were like, dude, this everybody needs to hear this. This is groundbreaking. And he was talking about margins. He was like, everybody needs, if you're a business owner, you need to know this. And he was talking about margins. And basically, he was like, well, if you have a product and you sell it for 60% margin, he's like, most really profitable companies are working from a 90 to 99%. And he started like doing all these numbers and stuff. And he was like, anyway, he talked for like 15 minutes about margins. And at the end, he was like, so basically, if you want to increase your margins, you need to either A, raise your price or lower your costs. It's like, no shit. But the guy completely had a total disregard that there's an actual market that dictates all of this. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, you just can't make these numbers up, which is what he was doing. He was like, if you've got, you're working at 60%, you need to be working at 90% and make a lot of money. It's like, well, no shit, everybody would do that. Like, just throw this number up into the air and be like, well, shit, make it 300%. But but like, I was reading through the comments, and that was all like, they had to have been fake, because there was all these people that are like, I'm an investor and this is like very valuable information. And I'm like, what are you invested in? Like, you're an idiot. I had like 150,000 views in a day. People were margin scope. Yeah, Travis, I was listening to this, and people were like licking the damn ground he walked on. They're like, oh, this is the best. Everybody needs to see this. It's like, this is not the best. Like, sure, everybody needs to know what damn margins are, but in the shower watching guys, yeah, I was in the shower on a conference call. Sitting here booted. Take care of the after her. Oh yeah. How is she doing? That was the wife. But I got a good kick out of that. So I gotta get packages together, and I gotta get, well, hopefully the pain doesn't last long when she gets back in the saddle. Rich, we will say a prayer for her, and that she gets on the mend. But some of those guys are good. That guy, uh, if you watch those kind of videos, I forget his name. He's like this like meathead dude. It's like his arms are like the size of my torso. Um, James, I certainly think so. Yeah, uh, exactly, Chris. He inspired me to not run sales anymore. I was doing the opposite. I should have taken his advice, and rather than run a sale, I should have just marked everything up 40% so I can operate at just whatever magical margin I choose. Because it doesn't matter, right? If I need to be if I need to be if I need to be operating at 90%, just make it 90. Who cares? Who cares about your consumer? They don't care. They don't care. They'll buy a $400 crankbait. They'll buy a $400 crankbait. Uh, Not much, AJ. That's the power of margin scope. How people feel about this redfish tournament, uh, especially the smallie guys, is how I feel about when bass goes to smallie lakes. But at least a smallmouth is a bass. Uh, you know, I don't know what's. I honestly didn't know. Um, Maybe it's because I don't engage with the Bassmaster page. Um, that I don't see any of their social media stuff. The only thing I see is when they post a video, and literally everything is a premiere, um, which is really annoying because I feel like the premiere should be like for something at least important. Um, but I did see that 10-pounder out of Erie. What was it caught on? Um, that dude that caught that smallie. See ya, E. That dude that caught that smallie should have watched that margin video and just raised raised the weight of his bass, because you can seemingly do that with numbers. You can just make them whatever you want them. Um, Jeremy says, I know it sounds stupid, but I'll spend $50 on a swim bait, but won't spend 20 on a jerk bait. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe it's just mental. That was a big ass smallie. But something else I had in mind. Caught on whatever bait company pays the most. Probably. The lead method is proven. I saw a comment. James, I think what makes the hybrid hunter crank valuable is that people are confused by it, and they don't really know what to do with it or how to fish it. It's kind of like the hybrid hunter to me is like when you first start fishing a jig, like when you first hand an amateur a jig, and they pitch it out there, and they're like, "Am I doing it right?" Or like when you first start swimming a jig. I noticed a real big. I heard that a lot when I was traveling around fishing. When I would meet guys from out of town back in the mid 2000s. Jig swimming was just becoming a thing outside of the state of Alabama, and like in the South, and because it was pretty much a Coosa River thing, and he lots of people would ask me, "Oh, you're from Alabama? How do you swim a jig?" And I'd get on the boat with people, and like, dude would cast his jig out there, and he's like, "Am I doing it right?" I'm like, "It's not really like there is no like exact thing." I was like, it's more like a feel kind of thing. Like you just got to kind of like know when to stop it, know when to drop it, know when to burn it, know when like it's just it's kind of like driving a boat. You know what I mean? You're like to deal with chine walk. Like when you get on pad, the boat starts wobbling around, and you just kind of gotta feel it out. Um, so that's kind of what I feel about. It's kind of how I feel about the hybrid hunter is that anything that you could buy that obviously catches bigger fish than average that people don't really know how to use. Um, Good morning, Nate. We need to bring back, if anybody cares to, we can bring back the old Bass Boat Central days and just add your little hot cup of coffee emoji. But anything that you could probably, like James, you're pretty well versed in crankbaits, so I feel like anything you could put in your hand that's a little different, and you could probably put the puzzle together faster than your average Joe, and maybe find a place for would be in your best interest. So, worth a shot. Well, I ordered. There's no way they're all gone. Aha. There they are. Aha. But you can go watch some of Castledine videos. He does some pretty in-depth stuff with the hybrid hunter, with the Bubba. Give you an idea. He doesn't show it all, but he'll get you in the right direction. Rumor has it Water Gremlin is building a new factory in Cleveland. Sales are booming. Cali is thinking of not banning lead weights. They're just going straight to the hub. Watch. Rich, I don't think so. I think there's some left. I had a bunch, dude. Like that's why they were priced accordingly. I have a bunch of baits. So rather than operate off my usual 400% margins, I'm only operating at 380%, according to my YouTube mentor. Well, I'm lost here. I'd like to see big swim baits. Oh, I know what I was going to say. That's what I was talking about. I don't see any bass BASS posts anymore, because I don't interact with the page, so YouTube doesn't think because I follow them I need to see their stuff. But I would like to see it, but Instagram doesn't give it to me, which is shitty. I follow them for a reason, so show me their posts. But back in the day, I did a I forget what it was. I need to go back and look. But they really posted something that grinded my gears, and I couldn't bite my tongue. So I got on there and just I started flaming them, and then the one of the bass ladies gets on there and she starts trying to rebuttal, and then Ronnie Moore gets on there and he starts spewing his stuff. I wasn't backing down. I forget what it was, but I need to go back and find that post. But yeah, Nate, I get their YouTube posts like crazy. Their YouTube, I see those premieres. Nah, he kind of irks me, Dickie D. So which made it even more fun. I was like, shit, I'm start on this dude too. I don't remember if my comments got deleted or not. You're right, Rich. You're right. But I guess you're in the same boat as me, Nate, where you get 10 Bassmaster Premier notifications from YouTube a day, and I don't know what any of them are. Like I kept hearing about this redfish tournament, but I didn't know it was coming up. Like I thought it was just like the idea of it. So But it turns out it's a real thing. I don't even know where exactly are they fishing. I'm assuming in Louisiana would be a smart place to have a redfish tournament, or South Texas somewhere. Galveston, maybe. The Sabine. That would have been smart. That would have been smart. Send them to the Sabine so you can show like what's swimming around with the bass. Yeah, Nate, it's really odd that I don't ever get any. Like I don't see any bass fishing. Like I see Kumar. Um, it's in Port Aransas. See, that's a shitty place for a redfish tournament to me, because I don't feel like there's much marsh in Port Aransas, and I feel like what makes a redfish tournament interesting to a bass guy is not some dude sitting out in the Gulf in open water catching redfish. Like, that's pretty boring. But if you give a guy a spinner bait and throw him up in some marsh and it's in this much water, and he throws a chatterbait by a redfish and then it like eats it and like mud going everywhere, that's fun. That makes for good TV. But there's something smells fishy about that about that whole situation to me. Um, I feel like there's like a old boy deal going on where somebody's buddy has some stake in that game. They're like, oh, let's do a redfish tournament, and there's some backhanded way to make money in that deal, because you can bet your sweet ass they're not doing that for the bass fishermen, unless I'm off. You think they're maybe just trying to suck some inshore guys into the bass world? That wouldn't work. Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall in the marketing department to figure this angle out as to why this is a good idea. Um, has anybody live scoped a redfish yet? Is anybody watching? If I can get all these baits and shirts and hats shipped out today, which I hopefully should, um, there's lots of money in the saltwater game. But I mean, if you really want to go after something, go after deer hunters. Way more of them. And I don't think the conversion, like, are they trying to, like, what's the goal here? Provide entertainment? Nah, that's probably not going to work. Are they trying to convert bass fishermen to inshore red fishermen? Or are they trying to convert red fishermen and inshore fishermen to bass fishing? Because there's a whole lot more people outside of the coast than there are that live on the coast that are like me and Dickie D that have opportunities to catch redfish, and Kyle and everybody like that. Dickie D. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I could maybe, but what I had on my brain was if I get all this stuff packaged up and mailed, and I don't run out of boxes, my goal was to clean my office, not go fishing. I was looking forward to cleaning my office. How lame is that? We had a guest stop by the shop this morning. They knocked on my door, the front door, and I went out there, and they were two salesmen, but I didn't know who they were because I looked out the window. Uh, I don't particularly like interactions with other humans, so I looked out the window, heard a car, looked out the window, and it was said Bay City Printing. I was like, oh, well, maybe they have something to do with Amy. Um, so I opened the door. They were like, hey. I was like, what's up? He said, there's two guys. I said, what do y'all, we're with Bay City Printing. We do this, and this. I was like, cool. I said, what do y'all do? Printing. He looked at me like, oh. He said, so what do y'all print? He said, we do like commercial signs. We do, you know, this, that. We do real estate signs. We do yard signs. I said, you do boat graphics? He said, do what? I said, do you do carpet graphics? Can you print carpet graphics that you stick on boat carpet? And he's like, I believe so. Okay. I said, do you do die cut stickers? He's like, yes. I said, what else do you do? He's like, banners. I was like, okay, banner would be cool. Um, I said, do you print shirts? He said, no, we actually turned that business away. Do you want it? Said, sure. He said, do you have a card? I said, no, I'll have my people call your people and send you an email, and you can push me that business. So there was actually some good came out of me opening the door. Didn't want to, but one of the guys got my name wrong, and he continually kept trying to be a salesman and use my name, to create that connection between salesman and strange person to shrink that gap. Uh, every time I'd say something, he'd say, "Oh yeah, 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 TK." Except he would say TJ. He's like, "Oh yeah, TJ, we can." And then finally, the other guy said, "Didn't you say your name was TK?" I said, "I did." He's like, "I thought I didn't hear that wrong. You were listening. You, not so much. You were too busy trying to talk. You were too busy trying to sell me, and instead, there was a huge blunder in your pitch. You got my name wrong." So it was Thomas. He did not know that I had also knocked the doors. So I flipped the script on him and sold him 2 3-packs of balsa baits. They don't even fish. And they're wearing my shirt to work. But they were nice guys. They were nice guys. Isaiah and Kyle. that's one thing I try and uh, work on now. I'm really, really, really bad with names. Um, so I've been trying to. I don't know what it is. I just have a. Nate, they paid so much for him, it doesn't even matter. Um, but it's like I black out when somebody tells me their name. It's like my blank, like when I meet somebody and they tell me their name, like my brain says, "Don't remember that. Don't remember that. Don't remember that. Black that out." It's really bad. Luckily, I have Amy usually around, and she can help me because like anytime we're in a social setting, I can always ask, "What was their name again?" Literally, the person can say, "Hello, I'm Dickie D." I'm like, "What's up, Dickie D?" Dickie, I'm gonna go run get a drink real quick. Go get a drink, come back, and I'm like staring you in the face, going, "What's your name?" I'm like, I know I just said it like 10 times. It's horrible. I wish I could. I did sell them at 400%. We talked about margins. I was like, y'all got pretty good margins in your business? Like, yeah. Well, let me tell you about the fishing lure world. Uh, TJ, yes, I have been called TJ. Uh, TJ for many moons. It really just goes in one ear and out the other. The only good thing I have going for me now is there, or not for now, but down here there's a radio station called TK 101, and it's so familiar to most people down here that when they hear TK, it doesn't sound odd. They're typically like, oh, like TK 101, like yeah, that's the radio station. That's me. Can't tell by my voice I'm a radio DJ. Oh, so I messaged. I actually got my little Chinese hookup in across across the seas. Must have heard me talking about them last night or yesterday because they sent me an email and said, "Hey, we do blister packs. Do you need blister packs for your fishing lures?" And they sent me a blister pack that they had, I guess, made for net bait. So it's a picture of some net bait worm that was in a blister pack, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice looking." And I said, "No, I don't need any blister packs right now." I said, "I do need some more split rings." And the response was, "What's a split ring?" Oh boy, here we go. So I went back through all my emails dating back to 2018 with this individual about and I realized that there was no conversation to be had about split rings in our email thread. So I went back to Facebook and looked up their name and realized that they were illegally using Facebook and deleted their Facebook account because I think Facebook in China was a no-no. So we had this we had this long conversation that no longer exists anymore because their profile got deleted. Uh, Dustin, I will. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna combine shipping on the orders from the beginning of the week and any orders from last night. So everything will be together, and your shipping will be adjusted. Um, Maybe these guys can help. Dickie D says, I have a 2006 Stratus 201 and I want a center storage coin box between the seats. I don't want a plastic one. Um, what's that dude on Facebook that does all the Triton stuff? It's like something, it's not Scott Ashmore, but it's not, it might, his last name might be Ashmore. Um, I would find that guy, Dickie D. He makes all these like not even reproduce. He just like makes all these like add-ons for Tritons, and I bet it would fit. Um, you could. Um, I would. I'll find that. I don't know if it's Ashmore Marine. I don't think he does. Uh, Dude, I wish you would have told me that earlier. I saw a dude. I saw a dude that had a wrecked Triton, and he was parting the whole boat out, and it had a center. It had that center seat with the flip up. Um, but I don't know what the guy does. He just makes like bass boat trinkets. It might be Ashmore Marine. I'm not really sure. I just seen him post a lot on those groups. Um, like if you need like a dash panel, he like makes those and like um, AMP Ashmore Marine Products. I guess it is. He does them for all boats. There you go. Dustin Taylor knows. So that was the guy. It is Ashmore Marine. That dude seems to be dialed in pretty good to all that kind of stuff. Uh, I did do a clip, Dustin, but it was very glitchy, and um, I hope I did not have any people with epilepsy watch my story because they would that story would in fact have triggered a seizure. Um, Thomas, I'm really not though, dude. Like part of me is, but here's the thing about me and being social is for every hour I spend socializing, like in a group of people, for every 1 hour spent socializing, I need at least 6 hours of alone time. Dickie D thousands. I think the last time I ordered 30,000. Nate, these have no hooks anyway, so you're in luck. Morgan, I sent them the pictures um, that I had originally sent because it was still in the message. So I'm gonna have to go through that process again and see if that person can figure it out where they came from. Dickie D, I'm for real. I mean, it's lasted me a couple years, but I would like to sell them. I would like to sell them because a lot of I get a lot of split ring requests, and these are good. And I have a good product here, and I would like to be able to offer them without having to be fearful of my own personal stock that I use for my business to run dry. Um, so I'll not have them packaged and all that kind of stuff. AJ would like to buy them. A bunch of people. Travis said he wanted some. Um, Dickie D, you need to tell your product development team that if they don't see value in Tacklecraft, they can eat a dick because they're blind. Put me on the call, bro. So listen here. Listen here, you bunch of bean counters. That's what's going to happen. See, Nate likes them. The funny thing is, I don't know if, yeah, Travis says, I'm going to make a large purchase of split rings and I'd rather buy them through you. You at least know what you're getting. But I don't know that this person, um, I don't know that this person I talked to in China is male or female because they have a very gender neutral name. So I don't refer to them as she or he because their name is Lion. Yeah, it's really amazing, Morgan, how fast they go. Um, because you probably drop 10% on the floor that you never can find, um, or shoot off into space, um, or just throw away, or whatever happens. Um, so there's a fair amount of waste that goes into it. Um, like I don't want to sell. Like I don't want to. I don't want to try and compete with like VMC and sell like a damn 10 pack. That's like the that'll piss you off the most. Like I would sell in volumes of at least 100, or 200 or 500 or whatever. Um, and it's not that much money to where like you would feel like you're like having to like really like make an investment. Um, no, so I feel like if you bought 200 split rings, um, that would do 75 to 100 baits. Depends on how many hooks and front line ties you needed. Uh, but like I've got, I'm about to use a couple hundred right now. Um, how many people change out the rings when you change the hooks? Um, it depends on the brand of bait. Um, a lot of baits, come with really shitty split rings. Um, so I would typically change out both back in the day. Back in the day, before when I was a full time just bass fishing consumer, before I had any ties to the lure industry, when I was just like fishing. Um, I never thought I would hear the term gender neutral on a TK stream unless referring to apparel. You heard it here first. Chinese salesman, gender neutral. I don't know if they're he's or she's. Rapala hooks, rings, and hooks are trash. Maybe that's who I'm referring to. I can't recall. Um, uh, Rapala uses VMC hooks. I don't mind their hooks unless they're those Sure Set. Where is Tim Maynard to defend David Fritz and his Sure Set hooks? Because those things are the biggest pieces of shit to ever grace the fishing market. Like I don't care about I don't care as much about the giant scorpion stinger coming off the hook. It's the hooks actually suck. I think Rapala is VMC. Aren't they married? Aren't they in bed together? Doesn't Rapala lay with VMC? Don't they know each other in a biblical fashion? Tim's weeping because he heard Fritz is retiring from the elites. Poor guy. Sorry, Tim. Tim's over there polishing his DTs. Tim's over there polishing his Pose 300s. That's a bait I never got into. Dickie D, I think he is. I think he is. I think that's how Nixon got in, because Fritz was hogging up the legend exemption. I believe is something I think I read that that Nixon wanted in earlier, but the legends exemption was taken, and I want to say it was by Fritz. So now I think Fritz is out, Nixon is in. You know what bass needs? That I think they had a lot of back in the day, which is what helped them grow so much, like in the 90s. They had lots of salesmen. Like the anglers were good salesmen. Whether they were like just naturally good at it or inadvertently trying, just how they talked was uh, people related to. Um, I don't feel like you have. I don't feel like you have that anymore. Um, York, maybe that is it. I was kind of confused, but I did see mention of the exemption and Fritz, and then Fritz not returning, so I just assumed that was what it was. Um, but I didn't see that Clun qualified, so um, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. So Clun qualified through the points, did not need an exemption. Well, maybe Fritz was just retiring anyway, so it didn't matter. I thought the way I read it, it was Fritz was taking uh, or Nixon was taking Fritz's exemption. Uh, Dickie D, you hit the nail on the head. Bass did a great job of teaching back in the day. Their teaching now is the dumb 1 minute angler videos that don't tell you shit. Correctamundo. You got it. You got it. I don't know. I just feel like the guys, maybe it's because I was younger and dumber. I just, uh, I just feel like the other generation of guys was more interesting. I think also what something has to do with it, Dickie D, is that I was probably I wasn't probably I was for absolute certainty a kid, but because in my childish mind I looked up to these guys as people who were older and uh, had like a much more uh, better concept of bass fishing, and I don't know that um, that same respect exists anymore for the current class of anglers. Not all of them, you know what I mean. Some of them, of course, you do, but uh, like David Wharton back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember him, um, but like David Wharton was not like a huge bass poster boy, but that son of a bitch won, and he beat ass. Like when Wharton won, he would kick your ass, and if you went to a grass lake, like he was gonna spank that ass. And when he talked, like I listened, I was a big fan of his, but nobody, like he wasn't like a superstar, but I feel like he should have been, but it was maybe just his personality that didn't jive. Um, and like Ron Sheffield was awesome. He beat ass, but he wasn't flashy, and he wasn't like in your face, and he wasn't like the joke man. He just like he caught him, and you like respected him. And I think that's the difference now. Is like I don't know that everybody has the same respect for those guys anymore. Um, Fish in the Southeast, what's up, Brennan? If they survive the tape test, you should be good to go. Um, the You want to know how I found out the hard way about a bait delaminating? I had painted and cleared all these baits. No, I don't think I cleared them yet. I think I just painted them, and I did something that got like dust in the shop. So I took my air compressor, my little spray nozzle from my air compressor, and I hit them with about 80 psi to blow the dust off. Paint just blew off the side of the bait. I was like, "Ooh, that's not good." And so I went and stripped them, did it all over again. But that was actually how I figured it out. Air pressure. Um, David Warden made me go buy mini Horizon spinner baits. Yeah, that dude knew his shit. And I think for as smart and as good an angler as he was, I don't think he got the press he deserved. Like there should have been way more articles picking his brain than there ever was. Because I don't remember a whole lot of like info about like how he fished and what he looked for, but like that guy was an absolute wizard on grass lakes. Um, which I don't know that he would give up any of that info. Um, Back in the day, maybe he wasn't in magazine articles because he would deny the deny the claims. You know what I mean? Had a guy send me a pic of the bull shed missing half the paint after an hour of fishing. It happens. It happens. Sometimes it doesn't take an hour. Um, AJ, did you paint it or was it somebody else? I want to show you how to remove the paint in under 5 seconds. Trade secret. Air compressor, 80 psi. Blow that shit off. Uh, Ronnie Moore is commentating this redfish deal. Quickly muted. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. I don't know whose ass got kissed to get that job, but they're definitely drinking the Kool-Aid. I would like to see a. I won't talk about that. Maybe that'll be a future endeavor. I think y'all are really gonna like these when you get these. They may not look like much on camera, but I think once you get them in hand, these things will. Once you see this beautifully natural marbled finish on this bait, it will soon become your favorite. Later, Dickie D. Kyle Welcher, what's up? You slinging them swimmers around today? That Hellabass best friend, y'all should talk about him like that. When will you do another drop on your native gills? So here's the deal, Brennan. I have I'm trying to go hunting. I have a hunting expedition planned for the end of November, and it is a caught some on a Sunday. That's good. Um, Kyle, did anybody sneak you the plastic version yet? Um, so I've got this hunting trip planned, and it's excessively long. So I really don't have the time nor the resources to take off this much time and go deer hunting. But I go with my dad, buddies from Birmingham. Been doing it for a long time now, and it was fun when I was single, but now it's a very large investment in time away from work, family, uh, making bill money, like all that kind of stuff. So, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to try and make 2 months worth of work in 3 weeks. And then I'm going to have a Black Friday sale uh, with some with swim baits, and I'm going to have hopefully some new ones. The native gill will be on there. Um, Maybe a shad profile, stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to make enough stuff in the next 3 weeks that that I can make up for being gone for 10 days. So I have to. I'm gonna have to work the next 2 to 3 weeks at night, and that way I can hopefully get enough to float me for the money I need to make uh, this month, and then while I'm gone. So that's the plan. If you guys like full transparency, that's what I'm going for here. So I'm trying to get some baits made. Uh, I thought about doing like a Christmas edition native gill. I had some ideas, so we'll see. Fishing the southeast, I do. No PTO for me, unfortunately. Kyle, I think we'll probably be going for closer to 10, which is unheard of. Which is unheard of. I mean, in all honesty, like part of it's not fun because I know I shouldn't be there that long. You know what I mean? Uh, like I should be working, not dicking around trying to deer hunt for 10 days. That's no. I had a different idea. Not the little Debbie. It won't be a little Debbie native gill. Whitetail deer in the great state of Kansas. Damn, that's part-time retirement for you. Pretty much. That's how I feel. I feel like when I get back, my kids are going to be in college. Um, a goggle-eyed native guild. That would be interesting. Uh, need to GoFundMe for PTO. And now I just need to make more money, make more baits. Um, yeah, I need. I would. I probably should do some more of those again this year, AJ. It would probably not be the dumbest thing I ever did. Um, I don't know if any of y'all heard about this. Some of you probably have, but I guess it was it last year or a couple years ago? Um, I painted a 1.5 uh, in a Little Debbie Christmas tree cake inspired pattern, and I posted it on Instagram, Facebook. Well, this dweeb from North Alabama grabs my picture, saves my picture, rather than sharing it from my page. He just screenshotted the picture or saved the picture and posted it on his Facebook and said something like, uh, just something really stupid last year. And I was like, I bet you could catch a fatty on this one or something. Dude, that picture starts getting shared and shared and shared and shared. And people started sending me messages and they're like, dude, your bait is like blown up. So I find the original dude's post and I look at the shares and it's at like 20,000. So I'm looking at the likes and it's like, I'm like, dude, this is viral. The only problem is it's not on my page. I don't have a watermark on the picture. There's nothing on it that says Tacklecraft. No way to direct people to my website. Huge fail. Huge fail on my part. But I never intended or never predicted that to happen. So like I didn't post that thinking this is gonna be viral. I need to protect myself and watermark my picture and whatever. So I messaged the dude and I was like, hey, you jacked my picture. It's like blown up. At least give me some credit. Edit your post and like put some put some put like Tacklecraft painted by Tacklecraft or something in the damn like in the description. And he was like, yeah, my bad, dude, my bad. So he I think he ended up changing it and putting something on there. But I'm guessing that picture was viewed by potentially a million people, 500,000 to a million. Like when I was watching the share count go up, I was like, that's a lot. Um, but what was crazy was if I would have been smart and I would have planned, which I don't know. I don't know. I'm not wise enough in that world to know that from that day on, if I would have said, all right, this blew up, if I would have started planning then and like called China and said, China, make me 10,000, 20,000 Christmas tree baits and get them to me here by November. If I could then make a huge marketing push for the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake, would that happen again? Could you catch lightning in a bottle twice? Um, JP, you got the notifications turned on? Uh, I don't. I don't know that. Uh, I don't know that it would happen. Um, you run the risk. A lot of risk involved. Potentially a lot of reward though. But I don't know if it would have the same impact seeing it twice. Um, I think it's one of those things you just got to spring on them. Like you got one chance, and my one chance was Darius. I'm in every social media platform's doghouse. They don't like me anymore, which they haven't liked me in about 4 years. So no big deal. Uh, this time, little Debbie would come calling with a nasty gram, probably. Can they get you for Little Debbie inspired? Because I think you have to. I think you have to use the I word. Because I feel like there's lots of people in the art world that get away with saying inspired by. My thoughts on the 1.5. It's wonderful. Great profile. Runs incredibly well. It hunts enough that it doesn't look robotic, but it doesn't hunt so much that it like gets out of where you need it to be. Um, Great running bait. I actually caught some of it, caught fish on it when I was testing it without any paint on it. That is a good question for an attorney. No, they'd be stupid to shut you down. You're only promoting their product and not taking any money out of their pocket. Very true. They would be fools. But you never know. You never know. So maybe I'll try to do maybe I'll try to do the little the other shitty thing was that like in that AJ, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a bunch of guys that like after that post, a bunch of guys that ran to their little paint paint room and copied it. They started popping up everywhere. Like I remember one dude, like my buddy who shared it. Um, I was reading through his comments, and one of his buddies was like, "I can paint that for you." So, can you? Like, dude, I literally live in the same town as you. Which one? This one? Get a TK crank in every little Debbie box. There'd be a lot of little Debbie baits. So maybe I'll experiment. Maybe I'll experiment again. We'll see. Or maybe I should choose a new little Debbie. I will say it was pretty smart. Like I knew it would like get a rise out of people, but I didn't think I didn't know it would go that wild. It's pretty bad though when your claim to fame is a gimmicky little Debbie treat inspired crankbait color. Hey, are you Tacklecraft? Yeah. Hey, are you the guy that did the little Debbie? Among other things, yes, but yes, I did do that. Yes, that was me. Oh, that one? That one has yellow on the belly, yellow splatter. Keebler inspired. I don't know how to paint a Keebler EL fudge. I had a buddy when we were in college. He used to call them L fudges. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I like them L fudges." I'm like, EL fudge? He's like, "No, it's L fudge." I was like, he's like, I think it's Spanish. And I was like, "Bro, are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I think it's EL fudge." He's like, "No, it's like the fudge, like Spanish." And, I might be wrong, but I don't think that's what it is. AJ, you just sold a bunch of skull crawfish, bro. Paint a honey bun. So I don't think that pops enough. It was on a Hellcat. I thought you sprayed one different, but it was probably just actually. I think. Yeah. Morgan, you never know with me. There is usually one experimental bait that varies from all the others. There's one. There's one in the buffaloes. What color? don't remember if it was matte finish or if it was gloss. Let's see. That one. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. There she is. Here. There's what I went with. Here's the one weirdo. It's got a little shot of gold over the dot. Nobody would ever know the difference, but it's there. Somebody will get it. And had a bunch of guys ask me to do it on other stuff. Yeah, did you tell them that's not the point? Like the point of doing like one-off themed stuff is to not do it again. Hey, will you paint 10 spooks for me in Skull Crawl? That was your brainchild, right, AJ? That you were the originator of the Skull Crawl. Because I feel like you started doing that like many years ago. Brennan, never. Just kidding. If you want to see a shop tour, you can go to Bama Bass YouTube channel, and we did a couple fishing videos together that if you don't think I can catch a bass, you can watch those and see me in action. And also, he's at the shop. He comes and pays the shop a visit. Christmas tree cosmic brownie. Ooh. I don't know if I can find the brownie, the brownie glitter or the brownie things. Oh shit! Sorry, Instagram. We back to normal? Oh, I didn't see Burns. Let me go back up. Burns. 21.5s. I'll take them. Hello? It's okay. It's okay. I know where I stand. I know where I stand. I know I'm too negative to ever be on Hellabass Live again. And you punish me with streaming short, so I have to watch the Kardashians because it's as Amy tells me, it's a balance. You give a little and you take a little. So she gave a little by watching the Hellabass stream, and then I had to give a little by watching the Kardashians. But I wouldn't have been in that situation had you got a little long-winded. All right. split rings up. It's only taking me an hour and a half to split ring these things. One, two. This is the most fun part when you get them all done and you're sitting here and you've got like a mass quantity of beautiful identical baits and you like sometimes I even it's as dumb as it sounds. Sometimes I'll even hang them on the wall over here where my inventory used to be back when I had inventory. I would hang them on the wall just to like look at a beautiful wall like full of baits, and then they disappear. So it's nice to have them around for a minute, so I can bask in their beautifulness. Hello, I don't want to bring your numbers down, bro. I don't want me and you to just be in there. Hello, an open invitation is not an invitation at all. Exactly. Darius, I do. It depends on how thin you tie it, if you tie them. Jen, have a good one. Thanks for staying on for all this while. I didn't know you were still creeping over there in the background. Which I was never a fan of a feathered treble. So not on tiny walking baits. Like on a spitting image, they're awful. Rich, good luck. You ever make any more spinner baits? I haven't. I can make 3/8. I don't have any of the 3/4 left, I don't think. Hold on. No, I don't have any of the. I think I have a 25 pack left that I keep for myself, but besides that, I don't have any more of the 3/4 ounce. I have 3/8, and I probably won't restock those unless I can find a way that it financially makes sense, because I can't make them fast enough and enough of them to make it make sense for me. I made those selfishly for myself and a few buddies with the intent to sell a few, and they sold really good. But I would have to basically halt what I'm doing here and try and push spinner baits full time, and I don't want to do that. Or like I don't have the passion to turn Tackle Crafts into a spinnerbait company. But I think if I could, if it was all outsourced and like I could get somebody to build them for me, that I wouldn't mind doing if they just came packaged and ready to go. But having to build them and put them all together and do all that stuff, it didn't make sense for me. But like I said, I just wanted some to fish with. I'm not sure, Kyle. I'm not sure. I'm sure she is. She's probably getting ready for Hella, it depends. You the good thing about your stream is you usually stream late enough that the kids are in bed. Hopefully, like we try to get the bean in bed by 8. The little baby, she'll go to bed whenever. But we try to get the bean in bed by 8, which is usually when you get things fired up. Any earlier than that, I'm doing stuff. It will be way more profitable when Bean can assemble spinner baits. Yeah, at this point, she will just be throwing thousands of swivels on the ground. She is a professional at that. Who's creeping on me? Oh, it's my wife who called earlier and glitched up my Instagram. Hi.
Hi, guys.
So you need to call these losers. Oh, you burned some pics. How's Amy? How are you, Amy?
I'm doing good.
She's doing good. She's got her. She make Marty Burns proud in her sweatshirt.
Got my gear on for the weekend.
My dad's probably
Never rolling over.
Yeah, about to rage. I wore a shirt when we went down to Apalachicola. We were going out to dinner, and I put a shirt on that had tigers all over it. He's like, "Hey, man, you need another shirt?" I said, "No." He's like, "I got plenty of shirts in here if you want to wear a different shirt." I was like, "Why would I want another shirt?" And he's like, "You don't like that?" I was like, he said, "No, I know. It's just tigers, dude." It's not just tigers, though. Not in the South.
No.
Not in the South. You can't just wear a tiger shirt and it have tigers on it. If I wear a tiger shirt,
they're playing Alabama this weekend.
They are playing Alabama this weekend. Big game. Amy is doing God's work, crashing Instagram. She's working for Hella.
Yeah, Hella, that was TK was Matt. Is he on there?
Yes.
TK was very upset at you, Hella, for closing down early on your
I let him know about it.
Your live last night because he got bombarded with the Kardashians afterwards.
That we watched till midnight.
Which he likes. Don't even let him say otherwise. When we first started dating, talking, whatever on the phone, and I heard the Kardashians in the background. I said, "Are you watching the Kardashians?"
No.
He said, "Yeah, I watch it every morning." I watched it every morning on ETV back when they had the show.
I was watching Wild On with Brooke Burke. You're confused.
No, she's been off the air for a while. So TK is very up in his pop culture. Y'all have no clue.
I'm not that up.
He knows way more than I do. It's like he reads Cosmo or something. He's very versed.
I'm very versed. I'm a Renaissance man.
He has a lot of.
I can tell you about fine art, and I can also tell you
That's
about
right, Stearman.
smut
Go
television.
Tigers.
Nasty Nate said hello, Amy.
That's it.
It's not on E anymore. I don't know. We don't have E, Travis.
No, but the Kardashians have their own show now on that they produce on Hulu, and anyway, I'm a Kardashians fan.
Brennan doesn't watch anything on TV and not much on YouTube. Brennan.
That's right, Kyle. I hope they do too. But you never know. In the South, SEC, you never know what's going to happen. You could, I mean, the underdog can always come through. It's always about that last 10 seconds of the game.
You should send her home telling all your deep secrets. Yeah, you're about to be put on leave. Shank the Tank is about to take a leave of absence. The Kardashians have a special one. Why don't you go watch that?
Now we get the truth. That's right, Hella. So don't let him fool y'all. He does like a little bit of that drama TV.
I don't like it.
It's like a guilty pleasure of his.
I'm just trying to stay up with the times. I use it to learn marketing trends.
Yeah, they're actually one of the they're pretty amazing. They're like masterminds of marketing. The Kardashian family is.
Oh, turn in your bro card. This is not good for my brand. It's crumbling in front of me. Everything I've built is going to be a pile of Kardashian bullshit sitting
This
in a
man
chair.
card is getting trumped on.
All right, guys. Christmas 2022. Kardashian inspired 1.5.
He's the mastermind of Cosmo.
His Block It fascination. I do like Block It.
Yeah.
Amy won't let me watch Block It though.
I've said it many times on here, and
He's
I
too
can't.
mundane. He's too monotone. He's
just boring.
He's boring.
He's just boring.
I did watch one of his. The Kardashians would definitely go after you for sure. After they considered how they could make money off of it.
Yeah, I mean, but they're just like it's. I mean, anything they touch goes. I mean, turns to gold.
We got 6.
Where's your trash can?
What?
Where's your trash can?
I don't have one.
You got rid of it?
Yeah. Birds. Know nothing of Dokken. I was never a Dokken. They were never on my radar.
Who?
The band Dokken. No, I need a card. These cards are like shit.
Those the new ones?
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be gray or green?
They're supposed to be green, but I think I got them in flat paper, and I wanted gloss, and I think I clicked the wrong thing. But they look real. They just don't look clean. Brennan, you're being funny, dude. If you don't know who the Kardashians are, you don't know what a microwave is.
Yeah, for real. You haven't heard of the Kardashians, you will.
If you don't know what the
You need to get
Kardashians
out
are,
from underneath that rock.
you're driving a horse and buggy to school.
TK's 100-year-old grandmother knows what the Kardashians are.
Yeah. And big booty hoes.
That's another thing. Their butts look so ridiculous these days.
Brennan, you're not missing out. I think you can live the rest of your life and be happy. Your quality of life will certainly not go up that much by knowing about them. Brennan says his dad's a horse trainer, and he does, in fact, drive a horse and buggy to work.
What and now?
Brennan's outside in the pasture with a boomerang tied to a string, swirling it up in the air, getting his internet connection, like on Crocodile Dundee. That's an interesting trade,
What?
Brennan. What does he train them for? Does he train them for good behavior or like to run?
Where's he at? Break it.
Kyle, Brennan has a separate stream that he live streams Kardashian premieres. Don't let him fool you. All right. It is time to ship.
So the point of the story is Hella
Hello, stream longer so I don't have to watch this bullshit.
close up shop early.
Last night it's the Kardashians. Tonight it'll be some rom-com. Next week it'll be.
Don't even start on the rom-com.
What?
This guy right here.
I like Failure to Launch. Big deal. It's got McConaughey in it. He's
no,
good.
you like.
We gotta go. My service is getting real shitty. We'll see y'all next time.